Welcome to the Deep Dive. Today we're digging into a whole stack of sources about renewable energy.
That's right. Our goal is to really unpack the key insights.
Yeah, figure out what these sources say about energy from, naturally replenishing things, sunlight, wind, water.
And how they stack up against, well, finite fossil fuels.
Think of this as your shortcut to understanding why renewables are maybe more foundational than just an alternative.
We'll look at what renewables are, the main technologies, the benefits, the challenges too, obviously.
And what's coming next, according to these sources.
Exactly. Future innovations.
Okay, so let's start there. Based on these sources, what's the core definition of renewable energy?
Basically, it's energy from processes that naturally refill themselves. Sun, wind, heat from the earth, water flows, even organic stuff.
And the key operational difference is the carbon.
Right. Low or zero carbon in operation. That's the big contrast with fossil fuels, which are finite and, release greenhouse gases when burned.
The sources also mentioned terms like clean and green, didn't they? A bit more nuance there.
Yeah, they did. Clean usually means no emissions while running, but there might be impacts elsewhere in the life cycle.
Okay.
Green is stricter. It implies minimal environmental harm across the whole process, making it, using it, getting rid of it.
So true sustainability means looking at everything, the whole picture.
That's what the sources emphasize.
Got it. So what about the key technologies? What did the sources focus on?
Well, the main ones were solar power using panels, photovoltaic or PV, or concentrating the sun's heat.
Right. And wind power. Those big turbines capturing kinetic energy.
Yep. On land, offshore, different types. Then hydroelectric using water flow.
And the sources really highlighted pumped storage hydro there. Called it a giant water battery, basically.
They did. It's a key storage method. Then you've got geothermal, tapping Earth's heat, very reliable, 204/7 source potential.
And it's becoming possible in more places now.
With things like enhanced geothermal systems, yes. And finally, bioenergy.
Which is more than just burning wood.
Oh yeah, it's quite versatile. Converting organic materials into liquid or gas fuels too.
Okay, so that's the what. Let's talk why. Why the big push? The benefits seem pretty compelling in these readings.
Hugely compelling. Environmentally, it's massive for cutting greenhouse gases and, importantly, air pollution.
Cleaner air, that's a direct benefit.
Absolutely. One source mentioned $2.9 trillion in global health costs just from fossil fuel air pollution in 2018 alone. It's staggering.
Wow. And economically.
Also strong. Significant job creation. U.S. renewable jobs grew, I think, more than twice the overall market rate last year.
And costs have come way down.
Dramatically. Solar costs dropped, 85% between 2010 and 2020. That changes everything.
Yeah.
Plus, there's energy independence, less reliance on imported fuels, better national security, protection from, price swings.
Okay, clear benefits. But it's not easy.
Yeah.
What were the major hurdles the sources brought up?
The biggest one is probably intermittency. Solar and wind power. They vary. Weather dependent.
So the power isn't always there when you need it most. Grid stability issues.
Exactly. Which leads directly to the need for energy storage.
Right. Those water batteries or actual batteries.
Yes. Pumped hydro, but also grid scale batteries. And looking forward, long duration energy storage LDES. Stuff that can store power for days, not just hours.
But cost and scale are still challenges there.
Big challenges, yeah. Especially for that long duration stuff. Innovation's happening, but it's tough.
And just connecting these new variable sources to the old grid?
Grid integration, yeah. The current grid wasn't designed for power flowing in from millions of distributed variable sources. It needs upgrading.
Smart grids. AI.
That's the direction. Using tech to manage the flow, predict demand, keep things balanced in real time.
And finally, that life cycle issue again. Manufacturing and disposal.
Right. Making panels and turbines uses materials and energy. Mining for battery materials. Disposing of old blades or panels.
Yeah.
It all has an impact.
But solutions are being worked on.
Definitely. Focus on circular economy ideas, recycling, finding new, more sustainable materials.
So looking ahead, the sources seem quite bullish on growth.
Very. Rapid global growth expected. Solar and wind are projected to generate more than hydro and nuclear combined by 2030, which is soon.
Wow. And innovation keeps driving it.
It has to. Things like perovskite solar cells, potentially cheaper, more flexible solar tech, advances in storage, green hydrogen.
Made using renewable electricity, right?
Exactly, through electrolysis. And those smarter AI-driven grids we mentioned, they all kind of work together.
So, wrapping this up, the big takeaway seems to be renewable energy isn't just swapping out power plants, it's building a whole new kind of energy system.
That's a great way to put it. The sources show amazing progress, real innovation tackling these big challenges: storage, grids, materials.
Which leads to maybe a final thought. If the grid itself and affordable, long-lasting storage are the main bottlenecks,
Oh,
what does it really take, beyond just putting up more panels and turbines, to build that truly resilient, smart energy system the sources point towards?
yeah. What are those deeper systemic changes needed? Definitely something to think about.